a doctor operated 15 patients in around 2 months. 7 of them died. All 7 underwent angioplasty. And now it has emerged the so-called doctor was no doctor at all. All this while he faked being a cardiologist. Imagine a cardiologist, a con doctor, a cardiologist operating on your heart when you're rushed to the hospital. The con artist, if that's what I really can call him now, impersonated a London-based famous cardiologist and now has been arrested. The Dr. Death, who worked in a missionary hospital in Madhya Pradesh, forged his medical certificates, his name, his identity. The scandal emerged after the family of one of the patients who died came forward to complain. It was when Rahisa's son demanded to know the reason for his mother's death right after a surgery. When confronted, the doctor drove off in his car. In another case, a father was rushed to the hospital for what his family thought was a gas issue. The hospital said they need to go through an angioplasty. And what happened? Moments after the angioplasty, the father died. And these are not isolated cases. Listen in to the former Chhattisgarh speaker Rajendra Shukla's son.
अगस्त 2006 की बात है। उस समय पिताजी का स्वास्थ्य खराब हुआ था 2 अगस्त को और हम लोग अपोलो लेके गए थे और वहाँ ये डॉक्टर थे नरेंद्र विक्रमादित्य यादव, हृदय रोग विशेषज्ञ। 1-1.5 घंटे तक ऑपरेशन थिएटर पे ये रहे। उसके बाद ऑपरेशन हो गया, आईसीयू में रख दिया गया। उसी समय खबर आई कि पिताजी की कंडीशन बहुत ज़्यादा खराब हो गई, एकदम खराब है, कुछ भी हो सकता है। फिर तो आईसीयू में रख दिया गया था उनको और वेंटिलेटर पे डाल दिया गया। ये डॉक्टर नरेंद्र विक्रमादित्य यादव भी थे और अन्य लोग भी थे। पूछने पे बताया गया कि इनकी कंडीशन ठीक नहीं और इस स्थिति में कोई सुधार हमको देखने में नहीं आया। 18 दिन तक ये अपोलो के आईसीयू में वेंटिलेटर पे रहे।
Well, it's not just the con artist or a criminal in this case. It's also the failure of the hospital to conduct verifications. In fact, according to the complainant, the missionary hospital is covered under the Prime Minister's Ayushman Bharat scheme and government funds have also been misused. But what's even more shocking is that the MP government has given a clean chit to the hospital. Listen in to what the State Health Minister has said.
जहाँ तक प्रथम दृष्टया हमको देखने में आया, हमारे किसी भी अधिकारी की कोई लापरवाही नहीं है, लेकिन प्रबंधन की लापरवाही स्पष्ट रूप से नजर आ रही है कि प्रबंधन ने या तो उसकी खोजबीन सही से नहीं की अथवा उसके साथ मिलकर भी ये षड्यंत्र करने का काम में अस्पताल का प्रबंधन भी शामिल है। राज्य सरकार बहुत तत्परता से, सजगता से, सतर्कता से इस पूरे प्रकरण की जांच कर रही है।
Well, ladies and gentlemen, can this be seen as an isolated case? Well, to make things worse, there seems to be another case again from Madhya Pradesh, this time from Jabalpur. Shubham Avasti, a doctor, a fake doctor who has now been arrested, in fact served even as a member, a worker of BJP's medical cell. That just goes on to explain how deep really this rot is. Let me introduce my panelists at this point. I'm being joined by Pradeep Mahaur, who's a leader for BJP, Arvind Kumar Jain, who's a former DGP for Uttar Pradesh, Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, who's a chairperson for Nephron, as well as Dr. Jailal, J.A. Jailal, former national president for IMA. Thank you very much, all 4 of you, for joining me. Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, a very simple question that I really have to ask you at this point. One goes to a hospital hoping that they're going to be operated upon, or they're going to be treated for what they think is their illness and they're going to return home safely in a better health. And then one realizes that you're only being treated by a fake doctor, a con artist at worst.
Good evening. This is extremely distressing. My heart goes out for the families who've lost their near dear ones and their family members. But the rot has gone very deep and it has existed for many, many decades in India. This is not Madhya Pradesh centric. We have 12 lakh qualified, roughly 12 lakh qualified doctors to practice modern medicine. And we have more than 10 lakh quacks or fake people who are trying to practice medicine as imposters. This particular crime is one of the worst against humanity. I mean, this guy is a fraudulent imposter using a different name. He's trying to do surgeries, he's completely ill qualified. There are two parts to it. One is his crime. The
Absolutely.
second is the fault and the neglect of the hospitals for not verifying and validating his credentials. All states have medical state
Right.
councils. All doctors who are practicing modern medicine have to get themselves registered. The validity of this registration, like in Delhi, the Medical Council, is for 5 years, likewise elsewhere. Every time you come for revalidation, for re-registration of your license to practice, you have to produce in original all your medical degrees and certificates, which are then counter-checked by the council. So very obviously, this has not been done by the hospital administration. But I must put a rider here. This is a thing which has come to light in a hospital setting. Imagine in tier 2, tier 3 cities or in villages where imposters are practicing as quacks or fake doctors in small clinics. They are doing as much harm and going undetected and unpunished. We need stricter laws. At the present moment, the punishment for catching a quack and a quack being punished is 2,000 rupees and or 1 year imprisonment. If this doesn't demand and justify capital punishment, I don't know what it is. This is not an accident. This is not a murder. This is plain, simple manslaughter.
Dr. Jailal, if I can get you in, we just heard Dr. Bagai. Dr. Bagai is calling for stricter laws. Do you also see this as a problem of lack of strict laws enough? Why am I asking you, despite all the laws and the protocols in place? Let's look at this. My team has put this together. In this particular case, this con artist, this criminal, he was offered a whopping 96 lakh rupees per year. 96 lakh rupees per year. He was hired at 8 lakh rupees per month. He was given a post of HOD and a senior consultant. Dr. Jailal, whose responsibility is this? Fine, he was a criminal. Fine, he was a con artist. Fine, he did everything wrong. But imagine he's being a fake doctor, is being offered a position of HOD and a senior consultant in a hospital in India with a 96 lakh rupee per annum salary. Either this man is an absolute splendid con artist, or we are a bunch of fools who are running the hospital. Okay, Dr. Jailal, I apologize. I think we really can't get through to you. There seems to be some network issue. My team will try to fix that. We're just taking you off air for now. We're just trying to fix this. Okay, Dr. Jailal, I believe we have you. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is a very painful situation. I fully agree with Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, what he has said. You asked that whose responsibility and whose fault it is, and it is quite a difficult question. Vicarious responsibility is the hallmark of any hospital running. It is a management or it is the people who are appointing him must take the vicarious responsibility for that. But more so, and when someone is coming in the name of a foreign medical.
Okay, Dr. Jailal, I think we're really having a problem here. Let me just take this question to my other panelists while we try to fix, if we can fix the line at all. Let me just take this question at this point.
Whether he has a registered doctor
to Arvind Kumar Jain. Arvind Kumar Jain, here's my question. Arvind Kumar Jain, if I can just ask you the same question that I tried asking Dr. Jailal. Arvind Kumar, this is happening repeatedly, state after state after state. Now, here's the question. Look at the amount of money that has been promised, the package that has been offered to a person who is not even a doctor. Look at 96 lakh rupees per annum. Look at what is being offered to this criminal who is a con artist at worst.
I don't agree with the statement of Medical and Health Minister of Madhya Pradesh, that hospital has no responsibility.
Right.
It was responsibility of hospital to check the degrees, to check the working experience, to check the references which the doctor got before giving him a job of HOD with a salary of 96 lakhs per annum. I'm really shocked. And I think management is fully responsible for keeping a con artist as a HOD, and that too of cardiology. Cardiology is such a sensitive branch, and so many people have been killed. I think responsibility should be fixed by police, by chalaning all management people of Mission Hospital, and this person, he should be sent to jail. There are so many provisions in the new BNS 336-106, and he has to be challened. He has to be kept behind bars. And the management cannot lay the blame with some recruiting agency, with some agency, hiring agency. Hiring agency has clarified that they just facilitate. That's all. It's not their job to check the degrees. Degrees should have been checked by the management, by senior doctors. Okay. How can a hiring agency check the degrees
I do want to ask this to Dr. Bagai.
Work experience?
Absolutely. I mean, how can a hiring happen without checking the original certificates for that matter? Pradeep Mahaur, before I come to you, allow me a few minutes because I'm being joined by Pradeep Shukla at this point. He's the son of the former Chhattisgarh Assembly Speaker, Rajendra Shukla. Mr. Pradeep Shukla, thank you very much for joining us. It's extremely worrying to know that you are one of the victims. It was your father who was also treated by this doctor. Now that you've got to know that this was completely a con artist, he was a fake doctor, he's turned out to be an absolute criminal. How do you look at this? Okay, we seem to have lost Pradeep Shukla. We'll try to get to him. Pradeep Mahaur, to you at this point. Pradeep Mahaur, here's my very simple question to you. How does the state administration go ahead and give a clean sheet to the administration, to the state, to the hospital? How?
No. First
you
of
should
all,
be having multiple layers of checks.
Look, it's a very, very painful case. And as far as the details of this case is concerned, I have gone into it. And what I found was, first of all, the clean sheet has not been given to the hospital because ultimately the responsibility of management, the person was not registered at AMR because every doctor who is practicing, he has to get registered. He has to have a registration ID of NMR, National Medical Register, right? He has to register himself with NMC, SMC, State Medical Councils, and National Medical Councils. So these are the guidelines that are laid down by the government. If some of the hospital is, recruiting or they are employing some of the doctor and they are not checking his details because this person was not registered anywhere. He was just having some degrees and he was saying that he is a doctor from UK and he did not get it registered. In case there is some foreign doctor also, he has to re-register himself in India into NMR. Without registration into NMR, he cannot practice. These are the guidelines that are laid down by the government. If some of the hospitals are not following that guideline, that is ultimate responsibility of the hospital management. And that fingers has been pointed out on the hospital, and the action will be taken against the hospital as well as the person who was doing such kind of a crime. So it's a pure criminal case.
Here's my question. Yes. To the point that you are saying, let me just very quickly get in Dr. Bagai. Dr. Bagai, yes, the hospital seems to be completely on the wrong. But is it just the hospital? I'm asking a very simple question. Now, if you're talking about a place where this has happened, a small town in Madhya Pradesh, in fact, if you even look at the district, if you have one foreign doctor, quote unquote, a foreign doctor who's practicing, eyebrows would automatically be, how many foreign doctors would be practicing in a non-urban district in Madhya Pradesh? If you have a district medical officer, if you have other government appointees who are supposed to have their checks in place, shouldn't eyebrows anyways have been raised? Who's this doctor? How is he serving? Either very good or very bad? Simple questions. It can't be only the hospital's responsibility in a country like India. By all means, surely the hospital is responsible.
So just to put facts on the table, any foreign graduate who wants to practice medicine in India has to give a qualifying exam and meet the standards of the Indian medical requirement. He has to register himself in the required state. I'm practicing now in Delhi. I'm registered under Delhi Medical Council. Say, for example, if I want to practice in Karnataka or in Jammu Kashmir or in West Bengal, I have to re-register myself with the local state medical council. Point number two, the validation is available on the website. A doctor's details are available in the state medical website, and that is not difficult. It's the onus of responsibility of the HR department of the hospitals, where they have to verify the credentials, degrees, licenses, and the medical liability insurance of every medical professional who's working. Having experience for more than 30, 40 years in this line, I find this extremely bizarre that everyone has gone with the eyes wide shut and let this thing slip through. Being a GP as a con artist is bad enough. Being an interventional cardiologist or a surgeon, whatever this fraudulent actor is the worst possible thing. It's a sure shot death on the table, and that's what's happened.
Respond to Bagai. How is a clean sheet being given to administration or the state? How is a minister coming on board and saying that prima facie there does not seem to be any error on the part of the administration? We have it on record. He's spoken it on record. We can play it out if you require. When you have all these processes in place, and this is not just about one case. This is happening repeatedly. How can anybody say the administration is not responsible? We're not talking about hospital administration. We're talking about largely the administration. How can you give a clean sheet?
Look, administration did everything what was correct. First, point number one, they did not register this doctor to NMC. If there was wait a moment. Let me clarify. If this doctor was there registered with NMC and State Medical Council, and his details were available, then there was a mistake of the management. Second thing, when the complaint was registered, it was not registered that the doctor is fake. It was registered that there is some issue going on in the hospital so that, patients are dying. So that was the kind of complaint that was registered. It was the police that actually, busted this case. And because of them, finally, we have come to know that this kind of a doctor was there. So it is this an investigation report that has come, which has busted the case. So in fact, police has done their job very well in this. And point number three, in case, as far as the law is concerned, whatever law is there, he has to be treated with different criminal laws, wherein he is a criminal, he will be treated, he can be treated, there can be different, it has to be that. So he can be treated as a
Dr. Bagai, do you agree? Do you agree? Essentially, what's happening right now is, as Pradeep Mahaur responds, any viewer who would be wanting to go to a hospital now will be asking a very simple question: how do we ensure? We are patients, we are going to the hospital. Now we have to ensure that the credibility of a doctor also is authentic, that the certifications of a doctor is also authentic. So now it seems like the onus is on the patients and the hospital. If either of them fail, it's at the end of the day, the patient at the receiving end.
So stepwise, any doctor who's practicing in any part of India has to have his medical certification displayed in his clinic or his office or his working environment with his license certificate with a date of validity. The validity is every 5 years. All hospitals, at least in Delhi, send a reminder to the individual doctors from the HR department in the hospitals a month before that please get your license re-registered and revalidated. Point number two, these are available on the website of the local state medical councils. Point number three, every hospital is supposed to do a internal review of the clinical outcomes. What has the hospital done to review the clinical outcomes?
Okay. Dr. Bagai, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you at this point. Pradeep Shukla joins us. Pradeep Shukla is the son of late Chhattisgarh Assembly Speaker Rajendra Shukla. Unfortunately, Pradeep Shukla has also, and his family has been a victim of this doctor. Pradeep Shukla ji, thank you very much for joining us. Firstly, our condolences. We understand that your father was also treated by him. Did you suspect that this could be a case of a fraud doctor operating upon your father?
हेलो, मेरी आवाज आ रही है? हेलो
जी बिल्कुल प्रदीप शुक्ला जी, आपको ये लगा था कि आपके फादर के ऊपर एक फ्रॉड डॉक्टर एक सर्जरी कर रहे हैं, आपको ये लगा था?
जी हाँ, मुझे ये महसूस हुआ था जब वो डॉक्टर वहां सर्जरी कर रहा था, क्योंकि इतनी हड़बड़ाहट में और इतनी जल्दी वो निर्णय लेने को बोलता था, और उसके ऑपरेशन करने के 2 घंटे के अंदर ही पिताजी की स्थिति बहुत खराब हो गई, एकदम यानी जाने की स्थिति हो गई, और उनको वेंटिलेटर पे अपोलो अस्पताल में रख दिया गया। उस समय हम लोग तीनों भाई वहां उपस्थित थे। बड़े भाई साहब जो है हाई कोर्ट के रिटायर्ड जज है, दूसरे भाई बिजनेस करते हैं, खेती करते हैं, और मैं भी था। और उसके बाद वेंटिलेटर पे वो 18 दिन तक रहे, उनकी स्थिति में सुधार नहीं हुआ, और जैसे ही उनको वेंटिलेटर से बाहर लाया गया, सेमी आईसीयू में रखा गया, उनकी मतलब प्राण निकल गए, वो नहीं बच पाए। और ये डॉक्टर की लापरवाही है। ये डॉक्टर आता था, इसका व्यवहार भी बहुत खराब था, क्लास 3-4 किसी से कोई बात नहीं करना, और इस टाइप का शो करता था कि ये सीधा विदेश से आया हुआ है, जबकि हमको यहाँ पर बहुत सारे अपोलो के अच्छे डॉक्टरों से भी वास्ता पड़ा है, और वो हमको बहुत पारिवारिक सदस्य मान के समझाते थे। और पिताजी ऐसा कोई सामान्य व्यक्ति नहीं थे, छत्तीसगढ़ के वो वरिष्ठ विधायक थे, 32 साल तक वो कांग्रेस से विधायक रहे, भूदान के कार्यकर्ता थे, मंत्री रहे, अनेक अनेक विभागों के मंत्री रहे, और 2 स्टेट में, भारत में पहली बार एक ऐसे व्यक्ति थे जो मध्य प्रदेश में और छत्तीसगढ़ दोनों जगह स्पीकर रहे। विद्वान व्यक्ति थे, परंतु उनकी मौत नहीं थी, उनको मारा गया इस डॉक्टर के द्वारा, और इसके लिए हम लोग परेशान थे। मैंने अभी 8 दिन पहले ही अपने एक परिचित है, वाइस चांसलर है, उनसे चर्चा हुई, उनकी पत्नी भर्ती थी। मैं कहा ये अपोलो अस्पताल में मेरे पिताजी को मार दिया गया था, और ये डॉक्टर नरेंद्र विक्रमादित्य, इसको मैं कभी नहीं भूलूंगा। इसके संबंध में अपोलो अस्पताल ने प्रचार करके रखा था कि ये बहुत
अपोलो बोल रहे हैं, ये केस तो मिशन हॉस्पिटल में हुआ है, आपके साथ ये किसी और हॉस्पिटल में हुआ था? तो आपके फादर के साथ जब ये केस हुआ था, ये मिशन हॉस्पिटल में काम नहीं कर रहे थे?
नहीं, ये बिलासपुर छत्तीसगढ़ के अपोलो अस्पताल में ये थी। ये घटना अपोलो अस्पताल बिलासपुर की है, और ये बहुत ही अच्छा अस्पताल माना जाता है। छत्तीसगढ़ का उस टाइम का बेस्ट हॉस्पिटल था, बहुत अच्छी सुविधाएं यहाँ पर थी, कैथ लैब होगा, अभी भी वहां पर हार्ट स्पेशलिस्ट है, सारी मल्टी स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल है ये। दमोह का मिशन अस्पताल इसके सामने कुछ नहीं लगता है, अपोलो अस्पताल के बिलासपुर के। एसीसीएल साउथ ईस्टर्न कोल फील्ड के सहयोग से ये संचालित होता है, और उनके मरीजों के लिए ये शुरुआत हुई। हेलो
प्रदीप शुक्ला जी, अब आप क्या चाहते हैं? अब क्या, अब ये अरेस्ट हो चुके हैं, अब सामने आ चुका है, लेकिन अब आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं? अब आप इसको कैसे देखते हैं?
अब हम ये चाहते हैं कि सिर्फ हम ही इससे पीड़ित नहीं है। बिलासपुर में आज भी एक केस आया है, एक मिस्टर तिवारी है, उनके पिताजी का ऑपरेशन 20 अगस्त 2006 को किया गया था, तुरंत बाद मौत हो गई, और ऐसे अनेक लोग जो कि जिनकी मौत हो गई। हमारे संबंध में तो जो खर्च था अस्पताल का, वो छत्तीसगढ़ विधानसभा के द्वारा वहन किया गया। लगभग 25 से 30 लाख रुपया अपोलो अस्पताल को पेमेंट किया गया, पर ऐसे अनेक गरीब लोग हैं जिनका इलाज यहाँ हुआ, और ये अपोलो अस्पताल जिम्मेदार है इसके लिए। उन लोगों को मुआवजा मिलना चाहिए, और इस अस्पताल को भारत के संविधान के अनुसार, नियम के अनुसार कठोर से कठोर,
इसने 18 साल में न जाने कितने लोगों को मारा होगा। अभी ये दमोह की घटना है, बिलासपुर में कम से कम 8 से 10 लोगों को इसने।
जी बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए प्रदीप शुक्ला जी। बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपने अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताया। वेरी क्विकली प्रदीप, Mahaur to you, please respond to what you have heard. Not one case, series of cases year after year after year, not one hospital, multiple hospitals.
Look, here we are talking about Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, not only Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. I just got an information that this doctor was also serving one of the hospitals in Telangana. So he was roaming around all over India, going to different hospitals, applying through some placement agencies, and entering the hospital as a temporary doctor or something like this. So, or a visiting doctor kind of a thing. So it's responsibility of, first of all, whenever you appoint a visiting doctor, ultimately it's a responsibility of the hospital where you have to check first whether the person has been registered with NMR or not. And the basic thing is, what we found is this person is not registered with any of NMR, NMC, whatever. He's not registered anywhere. Still the hospitals were absorbing him. That's really surprising. We have to have a thorough check everywhere so that we can find out what is this happening. If this kind of a doctor is roaming around everywhere in India, he's going to Telangana, he's going to Madhya Pradesh, he's going to Chhattisgarh. So there might be some other people like this, and we have to catch all of them out and clean our medical this thing.
Okay. Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, last 12 seconds to you for you to make your last comment. I mean, look at what's opening up. When we started the show, we did not know the extent could possibly be to this extent. Now you have multiple hospitals, multiple states, the same doctor that's come to the fore. Pradeep, Mahaur, you may be knowing of another doctor who's even served as part of the BJP cell in Madhya Pradesh and has been fake. That's another case. So, I mean, I'm just trying to bring to the fore. Look at the multiple layers to this, an absolute failure, Dr. Sanjeev Bagai.
Yeah, I think we need to relook at strengthening our systems, although they exist, but this has been an absolute shocker that it's more than one hospital in which this particular person has been roaming around freely. This is a rampage kind of situation. We need better checks and balances. We need better verification protocols. And I think the onus must be with the hospitals. We must strengthen the HR departments. There must be rewritten protocols of what we need to do to verify the credentials and the licenses. And it's a wake-up call for everyone that this is not reflecting well on Indian healthcare.
Right. I think big questions that definitely require urgent answers and urgent measures. Thank you very much to our panelists. Thank you, Pradeep, Mahaur, for your time. Thank you, Arvind Kumar Jain. He had to leave a bit early. Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, as usual, thank you very much for bringing in your perspective. And of course, thank you very much, Pradeep Shukla ji, hamare saath judne ke liye. Time for a very short break. On the other side, news and updates.